You never put whiskey in like eggnog?
I've never had eggnog.
You've never had eggnog? You
Uh-uh.
call yourself a fan of Christmas and you've never had eggnog?
I think that there are better
Fake
Christmas
fan.
drinks. Hot chocolate.
Fake
Hot chocolate
fan.
is a
Hot chocolate
much.
is a winter drink.
Don't you? No. Don't. No,
Hot
no.
chocolate is a winter drink.
Hot chocolate with peppermint marshmallows is a Christmas drink.
No, it's not.
It is, dude.
Winter drink.
I don't want to hear it. I'm over this.
You've not even had eggnog.
I'll try it this
You
year,
don't
I
even like
promise.
Christmas.
I'll try it this
That's
year.
good.
I think you kind of cut out for a second. What'd you say?
You are a Scrooge.
I am not. Oh, I am not a Scrooge.
You are.
No, I'm gonna slap that face next time I see it.
You'll never see me again.
Just
I'm
over
on
Skype.
run.
Just over Skype.
Run.
Now, this is the one thing that I did want to talk about. Because Gabe and I were having a delicious conversation. And I want to have that conversation to where y'all can hear it. What are we talking about?
We're talking about the Wild West, baby.
Mm-hmm. They called me 6-shooter Pete.
They call me a bad word. Bigger.
Do you think that if you were an actual like cowboy, you'd be gay? Because I think that I'm the type of cowboy that I'd find some affection in another strong man's arms.
Are you coming out right now?
If I was in the Wild West, 100%. Have you seen what women looked like back then?
Have you seen what anybody looked like back then?
Just imagine that
You're like, the women were ugly, but all those men could get it.
Just imagine that grizzled jawline and that stubble made of steel wool. And he's been out wrestling cows and I don't know.
Why
Do
would
you
they
wrestle cows?
No, you don't wrestle cows.
A chicken? Do you wrestle chickens?
Why would you wrestle a chicken? You could wrestle each other.
No. We don't wrestle each other. We read to each other. We
make sweet, sweet love in the tent.
Is that what being gay means?
Have you never seen Brokeback Mountain?
No.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Nah. I'd probably just find affection in the saloon. I'd go in and I'd drink a bunch of Jack Daniels. I didn't care who I went home with.
So you'd be gay?
Doesn't matter.
I think you might like dudes. I don't know. I can't tell you.
No, in the context of the Wild West, you bet your sweet bottom I do.
I don't have time for love in the Wild West.
That's true. Because
the only thing I've got time for is robbing and stealing.
And burning barns down.
Mm-hmm. And dueling. I would duel so much.
Yeah. Now, are you a fan of Red Dead?
Yeah, I like it.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2?
Not all of it, but I have played it.
You played it, yeah. It's, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. That game affirmed my want to be in the Wild West.
I want to do the whole thing. I'll wear a cowboy hat. I think I look great in a cowboy hat, by the way. I'd have to change my hair because it's a little hard to do, but I would rob a train.
Yeah. Well, I think that I would be I've been thinking about it since we talked last. And last time we talked, I was saying that I would like to be the chef for the outlaw gang, but I've changed my mind. I want to be the wagon driver guy.
Okay.
Like, you know, that like imagine it's just me and you and we've just stolen a wagon and I'm riding, I'm like on the reins with the horses and you're just you're riding shotgun, which riding shotgun actually meant back then
I'm going to shoot someone.
You have an actual shotgun.
Hell yeah.
So I think that would be a good tag team
I don't know what my job would be in like a situation where we're an outlaw team. I don't know what I would do. Like what my main role would be.
Well, it depends on if it's just the two of us or if it's a big group of guys.
And just the two of us, I'm the gunman? Is that what you're saying?
And just the two of us, I think you'd be the gunman and I'd be the muscle. Because
Yeah.
imagine this: if I, you know me, you've seen me out when we're drinking and like me about to get into a fight.
Oh
I
yeah.
get I get quiet, like eerily
Yeah,
quiet.
and just fucking mad.
Yeah. So I'm saying that like while you would know me as a goof butt when we're out on the road,
Right.
you know, whenever we would go into town, I wouldn't say a word, and I would look like this big.
Big hulking mass of man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because I'm assuming in the Wild West, all this fat would immediately turn to muscle,
Hmm.
just based on our lifestyles.
Absolutely.
So
We'd
I'd
always
still
be
be
on the
this
run.
tall, and I still maybe would have a little bit of a gut because whiskey is cheap in the Wild West.
Well, we don't pay for things.
Yeah, you do.
No,
Yes, you
we
really do.
don't.
Yes, you do. Listen, because you get your money from people on the road, and when you roll into town, you go into the saloon, buy some drinks, you hear of some work, you go maybe do an honest couple days of work, maybe a couple weeks, like because I think that that's how a lot of people got by. They would just go, um, they'd work, and then when they heard of something that they could steal, like a big score, they'd do that, and then they'd move on.
I want to have a bounty on my head.
A what?
A bounty?
Oh,
Dead or alive,
I thought
$500.
you said you wanted to have some bouncy on your head.
So we can get that.
Me, me too, dog.
I Here's what I'm going to say is I think that I would be sevenfold more attractive if I had a nice southern twang, like the good old days in the Wild West.
Yeah, I think that might be true. Ooh, I would want a big hunting knife.
That's what you have. And every time somebody like tries to fuck around, you just flash it.
Yeah,
Shing.
and they're like, "Where's your gun?" And I'd be like,
I don't need a gun.
"I don't need a gun." And then they'd shit themselves, and I'd laugh because I know that I shit myself recently.
Yeah.
It'd be a great time. Because then I'd be like, "Ah, you were last, wasn't me." And then they're not scared of me anymore because I broke my eerie science. Science? Silence.
Science. We don't believe in science in the Wild West, not yet.
Mm-mm. Oh,
You could gamble all the time. I could be drunk all the time.
I think that they were.
Yeah.
I think that they were always just sipping whiskey.
And smoking cigs.
They were rolling their own.
And they were
Oh,
like hardcore.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah.
But what about in a group? Because I think the dynamic changes drastically when you add more people. I'm going to say about 7 or 8 people. That sounds like a nice group
Well,
size.
see, I think that, I mean, some of the gangs were like 30, 40, maybe even 50 deep.
That seems like too much.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Okay, maybe not that big. Well, there were gangs, so they wouldn't always necessarily ride together. But if you got the call that there was a big job or something, that's my understanding.
It's
And I
like
just,
the Wild West trying to be Wu-Tang Clan and getting all those guys together.
so you're saying a group of like 7 or 8? I think that I would still do that sort of mindset, being real quiet. But I'd probably I'd probably try to. I'd like to be that big guy that was always getting the ladies. You know? Rolling into town, everybody in the gang is giving me shit, and then I just walk away with a bunch of fine honeys, and they're
Yeah,
all mad.
I think that back then you would do really well because women would be like, he would survive.
Yeah, he could survive. And I think that my beard would be real.
Like a big beard, like a
Ooh,
mountain
yeah.
man beard.
Big old mountain man beard. That's all that I would want. Mm-hmm. And imagine this. Imagine what we'd smell like.
It'd be awful. I'd take so many baths and creeks
I wonder how often that people did just hop in the creek.
all the time. I feel like.
Really?
I mean, like if you are one of the people that like gave a fuck, I don't think that a bunch of people like really cared, but
No.
there were definitely people that were like,
And if you're raised to where you're not really caring how anybody smells,
yeah,
probably by the time you're 6 or 7, everybody stinks and your nose just doesn't even notice it
yeah.
anymore. I mean that'd be fine. That'd be fine with me. Ooh, I just want to go to the Wild West.
I think in a big group, I'd be a great scout, like an outlaw scout. I find like jobs.
Yeah.
I think I'd be good at that.
And you're nice and small, so you'd be like you'd be a good long range fighter. You could be our sniper. You could
Yeah.
climb up a tree.
And I could be quick if I had to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you kicked an infield home run in your kickball.
That's right, baby. Tell all your friends.
Just imagine that. Seeing a bunch of cowboys play kickball. They ride up on their horses. I do know this. I do know this. I would eat so many baked beans if I was a cowboy.
Ugh.
What do you have against baked beans?
I don't like beans. It's a weird texture thing.
I don't really get it.
I'd eat a lot of squirrel.
Squirrel?
I've actually never had squirrel. I hear it's gamey.
Have you ever had frog legs?
Yeah.
I had frog legs the other night.
It just tastes like chicken.
It's just like chicken, but it's like mildly tougher.
Yeah.
Like not even noticeably tougher, but I was eating chicken and then frog legs were brought to the table, which that is something I love about the South. So I was back home, like Northeast Georgia, and a big group of us were out to eat, and the owner knew my friend's parents, and he just like halfway through the meal was like, made y'all some frog legs, and it was like a busy Saturday night.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's just like the South is nice. Just get some free frog legs.
Some good old Southern eating.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
That's that good shit.
Yeah.
I like that. I would. Oh, oof. Now I'm hungry.
Yeah. I would also think it'd be pretty dang cool to be a pirate.
Pirate sounds more dangerous.
Yeah. But still.
I mean, like, yeah, it would be sick.
I mean, everything is dangerous. I will say this about being a cowboy really quick to go back to that. I'm terrified of horses. So that'd be difficult. Really? Yes, that's like a real thing.
I didn't know that.
I am terrified of being around horses.
Why?
Okay.
Majestic.
They've got human teeth, giant human teeth.
Well, they're just big, so like everything on them is big.
I know. Then their hooves are just like big fingernails. That's scary.
Okay.
And on top of all that, like if they want to, okay, they can bite you. That's scary. And then
there are so many things that can bite you.
Yeah, but imagine being bit by a horse.
Okay.
That's scary to me. That's scarier to me than being bit by a wolf.
Why?
Because the thing is like I know that a wolf wants to bite me. I'm aware of what it wants. But a horse, some horses are friendly, some horses are not friendly. You could go up to pet a horse and it'll just bite your freaking knuckle.
I mean, like, you don't pet them by their mouth.
You pet their little nose sometimes.
You need to ride a horse. We got to get you on a horse.
I don't want to put that much weight on a horse.
Do it for the audience.
I don't know that I can. I will do it if...
You're that scared of horses?
I really, like... I don't know that I'm, like, that scared. Like, I think it's not, like, such a big fear that I couldn't conquer it, you know?
You're afraid... You're scared of the idea of horses.
No. I'm scared of horses. And think about this, like, if I walked up on a horse, and I scared the horse, and it decided to go, nah, and kick, I'm dead, dude.
No, you don't stand behind it.